Oh.
Let's finish up the blood swamps. If I had known the time on these different halves, I probably would have done this other half first, but oh well.
Yeah. I think I definitely struggled with the second half. Not in that it was difficult, but in that it was tedious for me. Just not understanding the mechanics of, well, you'll see. You'll all see. I still want to know, like, people watching in the comments, like, if this is your first time playing or watching the game, what? No. It just feels like such a random playthrough to watch, but hey, you know, I won't look a gift horse in the mouth. Ooh, pink guy. Oh, that's right. It's all the same skins from last. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we're still with the Doomacorn skin, which I believe was the first Twitch Prime content drop. Maybe I mentioned that, but...
You know, it's funny, not to be mean because I've died to plenty of Cacodemons by accident, but whenever I see an empowered Cacodemon, I just have to think to myself, how? But sometimes I get a cheap shot in.
Yeah, I mean, and that assumes that they're still doing the thing of they're empowering demons that kill players instead of just doing it at random every now and
again. Right. So I was very confused to see a doggo that was not making my life worse.
Yeah, the orange ones are the bad doggos, but remember, those are helping out the marauders who were Night Sentinels.
Right.
So the green ones are good boys.
Yeah. It would be an absolutely unhinged mod, but it would be great to get, like, instead of Doom getting his own, like, dog, just the Ghost of Daisy just wrecking shop, like Monty Python style.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I've never seen any Cream the Rabbit and Doomguy, like, crossover art.
So, I think I mentioned to you the other day that there's been a few developments in the Doom world in the past couple of days. Yes, so since the last recording, QuakeCon 2024 happened.
Cool, cool, depressing, cool.
So, and there they made a couple of Doom announcements. Number one, official mod support is coming to Doom Eternal.
Yeah!
So yeah, that, and they're going to be releasing apparently some of the tools that they used to develop the games for the use of modders.
Yeah, that's, you get my gold star of approval, id, because any developer that understands smart enough that's like, well, we have these tools, we could just give them to you. I always love that.
Oh man, it would be so nice if we had some of Square Enix's tools for Kingdom Hearts modding.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so, and on Steam at least, you can opt into a optional beta to get a preview of the mod support. I'm not sure how extensive it is or what the timetable is on it, but yeah, that is a thing.
Well, I'll be really curious to see what people do with that.
And I mean, Doom Eternal modding has been around for a while now. Players just had to kind of do it on their own.
Right. The easier you make it to mod, I feel like the more people will mod your game. To a certain extent.
Modding is one of the big reasons why Doom is even still as relevant as it still is. A lot of game developers first got their tippy toes in by designing Doom levels, you know, going over the basics of level design and whatnot.
That makes sense. I mean, in a way, Chex Quest itself is a mod of Doom, right?
It's technically what's called a total conversion, so yes, it is a mod, but it goes a little bit further than just a couple of maps.
Yeah. Dang this fog that turns you inside out.
And the other big thing was a new source port of Doom 1 and 2.
Ah, that's interesting.
Yes, so the the ones that are on modern platforms right now are what are known as the Unity ports. They came out in 2019 and were absolutely awful at launch and redeemed themselves completely.
So is there any version of... Oh, sorry. Keep going.
Oh, no, ask your question.
Yeah. Is there any version of Doom 1 and 2 where you can look up and down?
No official one, but many fan-made source ports give you that ability,
Right.
such as GZ Doom.
I see. I ask because I feel like it would be very anachronistic to throw that into... I forgot the name of the program. And you got through this so much faster. Anyway, it's a program that forces first-person shooters to work with VR. Oh, Marauder! And just played a game.
I'm betting that Doom 3 is compatible with that.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I'm pretty sure, I don't know actually what makes it compatible versus not, because I never opened the program, even though I paid for it, which is stupid. I've had it since literally before New Year's. Oops. But yeah, it would be kind of fun to play the old Doom in VR, just because I feel like I'd give myself insane motion sickness, which I don't get. Anyway, but this fog, is that a timer-based thing when you're killing things, or do you just have to kill all the demons? Because I was not sure playing through this level.
Just kill all the demons, and then you'll move on to the next stage.
Okay, I was just sucking, I guess, is why that took forever.
But on the subject of that port, the new port, so this one is combined. It's Doom 1 and Doom 2 in one package. And in fact, it's every officially released classic Doom package. Master Levels, Final Doom, even Sigil is apparently official now.
Huh.
And they added a new one, Legacy of Rust.
Wow.
Which is a 2-episode thing and is the very first official classic Doom package since Doom 2 to add new weapons and enemies.
Wow, that's exciting.
They also included the id Vault, which includes a lot of heretofore unseen assets from the development of the original games.
That's
and
fun.
some of the new enemies are based off of cut enemies from
Ooh,
that.
I love that. You always love that.
It's got the same mod support, and in fact on PC they even allow players to upload their own mods, so it's not just the hand-picked ones by Bethesda.
Nice. Very good.
And id. And it's all, this is being handled by Night Dive Studios, which have really made a name for themselves in recent years in the realm of remastering and breathing new life into old FPSs. With their Kex engine, which isn't really a game engine, it's more of a framework that you can have games in. If you start up a classic shooter and it talks about accessibility settings when you first start it up, that's the Kex engine.
I see.
So, and they probably wanted to do that just because since the 2019 Unity releases, they have put out Doom 64, Quake, and Quake 2 on Kex. And they were like, why isn't Doom 1 and 2 on Kex as well? So here we are.
So is it just those that have made a name for themselves, or is there anything like major of note that kind of put them on the map? Oh, his eye was gone.
I want to say that Night Dive was involved in the recent Star Wars Dark Forces remaster. And were they involved with the Rise of the Triad Ludicrous Edition? They might have been, but
I see.
Yeah.
So before we get off this topic, it reminds me, you bringing up old stuff, is, what's it called? So, you know, E3 has basically been dead for years, right?
Yeah, effectively it died when COVID shut it down. It limped
It was
along
already on, it was on its
slightly.
last legs for, I'd say, well before that, but...
I thought that it being shut down for 2020 would have just killed it outright. It staggered forward a little longer, but now it's fully dead.
Yeah. I bring it up because, have you heard of F3?
No.
It is run, like, Kaze Emanuar usually is the host, but it's Fan Games Expo every year, and it's pretty fun. And bringing up, like, cut content reminds me of... I'm trying to remember what game it was that they were putting in a lot of cut content back into the game, but yeah, I love to see when cut content gets new life.
Mm-hmm.
So, as I mentioned to you the other night, you and I will be able to finally do some of these stupid multiplayer challenges. Oh, here we go.
Oh yeah, because your brother got Doom Eternal.
Finally got Doom Eternal,
which means that we can between the three of us cheese it and get all of the multiplayer unlocks.
Yeah, that would be fun. I don't know if he'll get the DLC just because, but at least he's got the base game.
Oh yeah, and the new source port of Doom is free for anyone who owned either Doom 1 or Doom 2 on a given platform.
Oh, cool.
So I already have it on PC and Switch.
Oh, nice. So, other games that are similar to Doom. Have you ever heard of a game called Tremulous?
Yes, I remember playing that at lunch in high school.
Yeah, I remember that one fondly. I think I remember you playing that one in high school, or at least people playing it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the insane POV on like the weird little hopper tripod enemies.
The FOV?
Played as. Yeah. What did I say?
POV.
Oh yeah, just insane FOV on that was kind of fun.
Yeah. I totally needed to fire that frag grenade.
Yeah.
Okay, so this area is immediately spiking my heart rate because of something that will come up in just a second.
Oh.
Right here, so.
Oh, no.
When I alluded to the fact that Tag 1 was a little different on release. It changed after Tag 2 came out, and I'll get to that when we get to Tag 2. But most of the changes have since been reverted. The one that has stayed is that originally, if you took the right path on your first time through, which I didn't this time, but I did when I first played, this would be where it introduced the spirit. And the enemy that the game introduced the spirit with was not a Hell Knight, it was a Baron of Hell.
Oh. I thought you were nervous about the Empowered Demon getting a double boost from getting possessed.
No, it's because I distinctly remember going up against a spirit-possessed Baron of Hell for my very first encounter with that enemy.
That sucks.
So they did revert that one because, honestly, introducing it with a Baron of Hell is a bit of a poke in the eye.
Yeah.
A Hell Knight makes way more sense.
I do find it interesting that you tended to do a good job moving around while microwave beaming. I just kind of pulled a Ghostbusters and light him up and just didn't move and tanked all the damage because all I cared about was making the spirit die as fast as I possibly could.
Yeah, it's you can't move very fast while microwave beaming, but you can, and just like always in this game, moving is better than not moving.
Yeah. I wonder if the term anti-cover shooter is ever thrown around, because I feel like that's what this game is.
I in a lot of talks about cover shooters that I've seen, I have heard Doom talked about as an anti-cover shooter.
When I tried to
yeah.
Oh, because, my brother has never played Doom before. And so I was like, now be prepared, this isn't like Call of Duty. It's more like Halo in some ways, but even then, it's really mostly like Metroid Prime. Because that got me thinking, there's some times where I've used cover in Prime to cheese stuff, but I kind of never use cover in that game, more or less.
Yeah, they very much did not want the solution to problems in 2016 or Eternal to be hiding behind something. It should always be pushing forward, getting in closer, and hitting enemies harder.
Yeah. I kind of wish Halo worked like that, honestly. Like, at least in the campaign. Because you're supposed to be this crazy super soldier. Oh, man. They always take far too much damage when they're possessed.
But use the shield bash and you can take him down a lot faster than you think.
An entire playthrough of both DLCs and I barely ever used it. Even after we kept talking about me needing to use it more.
Another thing is that while you're using the microwave beam, you can still flame belch and use frag grenades and ice bombs.
Okay, I never really thought about that.
In
a fire, because a possessed Archvile is the worst thing I could think of.
How about a possessed Marauder?
No, the Marauder's fine. I execute Archviles with extreme prejudice every time.
Oh yes, they are a top priority, because if you leave them, they will summon more.
Yes. In fact, now that I think about it, I feel like one of the worst combos would be, what do you call it? Totem buffed Archvile. Because would that speed up his summoning?
I'm not sure. Now, I mean, the Archvile just on his own is basically a buff totem. He buffs all the enemies around him.
Right.
So I'm not even sure that it would apply to him.
That's an interesting edge case.
Alright, got him.
Got him. So much applesauce.
I could use a BFG shot here, but we're about done.
You ever had strawberry applesauce?
I don't think I have. Sounds
really
good, though.
It's really good. It's red.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Seeing all these guts and explosions got me thinking about it, and I am hungry for dinner, so... This game somehow makes me... I should be grossed out, but all I can think about is barbecue.
I want chunky salsa.
Do you like spicy, savory salsa or a sweet, fruity salsa?
I generally go for savory. Sweet, like mango salsa is okay every once in a while, but it's definitely not my go-to.
Yeah, I kind of hate it because anytime I'm eating it... Anytime I'm eating it, I think to myself, I could be eating normal, chunky salsa.
Alright, time for a boss fight.
Jube. This is really clever, honestly.
It is a unique fight for this game.
I just feel like the developer intern was supposed to make some actual boss, but he was just running out of time, so he's like, I'll just turn this box into a boss.
Honestly, it reminds me of Nintendo, and that might just be that the boss is an eye.
The other thing it reminds me of is my favorite angel in Evangelion, Ramiel, or I don't know how to say its name, but it's like, it's basically the funky D4 of death. I don't know if you're familiar enough with Evangelion to know what I'm talking about.
I don't know much about Evangelion.
I don't know much either.
I know that Astral Chain's plot is a massive ripoff of it. Just
really?
using stands instead of mecha, but yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, basically one of the a lot of the angels are humanoid or they're horrifying eldritch abominations. One of them is this weird hyperdimensional just shape that changes shape impossibly and makes sick noises that sound like insane dubstep as it fights. And anything that resembles that always makes me think of that. And yeah, I appreciate a weird cube boss. Reminds me of Tears of the Kingdom's weird constructs.
Oh, the constructs?
Yeah.
The things that I didn't realize that I could use the Ultra Hand on to rip out their
what?
cube.
Oh no!
Yeah, I was like 90% of the way through before I realized that.
Oh, well, I'm going to restart the game because I got to Pura and stopped before I talked to her because I was like, I don't know. I was still burned out somehow from Breath of the Wild and I wasn't emotionally prepared to see how hot Pura had become. So I'm like, I'm going to sit on this for a while.
Not only that, but you didn't have your Switch OLED, so the prospect of
true.
playing a game that big purely in handheld mode, yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, because I played Breath of the Wild mostly on TV.
Whose Switch did you use for that?
Yours.
You borrowed my Switch long enough to play Breath?
Maybe? Oh, it was your Wii U.
Yeah, okay, that was it.
You broke my grill? So I was really confused. I thought we were going to go down into something here.
Now we're heading up. Mm-hmm. Also, apparently, the sanctum that we're heading to it is in hell, but it is apparently an exception to the rule that people from Urdak can't go.
You stole my thunder of a joke that I was about to make, but yes, which
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, you're good. But also, what kind of demon is this? Just a Titan, or?
It's a really old Titan, really big, and he's only got one eye.
Oh, poor little fella. Like, I don't feel like the Titans feel like they're more slaves than anything, because they don't really hurt anybody. They just do stuff for people.
Most demons are.
That's fair. Also, these things are weird up here. Like, I don't like them.
So this is apparently the first. Is this where the father stops? The first place of all places, or is this just where?
No,
Jakad
that's where
was created.
I think that's where Jakad was created. Because the pillars or the engines of creation was the moment that
the Luminarian.
You can't be here. You're dead. No, what the hell are you doing here, man?
So if Urdak angels can't go to hell, how do they get far enough to go to the sanctum?
And a better question is, if he's allowed to go here, why does he need us? Can he not touch it? Like,
don't you remember? It is forbidden for him to take the father's life sphere.
Oh, I thought he was saying it was just forbidden for him to go to hell.
No, that taking it is forbidden for him. Even though he did it before when he stole it from the Luminarium.
Yeah, maybe it was an after the fact.
And here's the thing that Reddit posts are made of. Why did he do this?
So, I'm interpreting this as he's so in despair he started transforming immediately.
I think his existence is tied to the father quite closely, right. So... But either way, I believe that Doomguy is basically saying, yeah, no, this ain't about helping people. You're just doing this for yourself.
Yeah.
It's better if the father never be allowed to return to physical form.
Yeah.
It's a little unclear, though.
I still don't... Yeah, and I'm just wondering... Since he is the father, I was expecting, like, some, like, twist at the end. We can put his sphere back or something, like... Because there's really no reason to do what he did.
The best I've heard is that by doing this, the father can never die. Like, he can't do what Doomguy is now attempting to do with the Dark Lord.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe we'll get an explanation for it in the Dark Ages, but considering how they've handled the story up to this point, I kind of doubt it. They'll probably just be focusing on something else entirely and not even mention any of this stuff.
Prequel.
Ah, well, we will see you next time.